So we have one final question for you. You have 1 minute to respond, and this time we'll start at the other end. So now that you've spent the evening with a lot of good folks from Pigeon Point, what's your #1 takeaway that you will work on for Pigeon Point if you're elected to be our District 1 council member?
And please say your name.
Yeah, so say your name again. Not everybody made it to all the tables.
Okay, my name is Chaz Redmond, and what I would do for Pigeon Point is I would work hard, diligently, and daily to improve the transportation in and out of West Seattle, up and down Del Ridge. I would work to improve the condition of Del Ridge to bring it to the beautiful boulevard that it could be, and it would basically communicate from one end of West Seattle to the other on the eastern side. We could link Rocks Hill all the way up with Pigeon Point. So transportation and tying the community together through a more beautified Del Ridge way.
Okay, thanks, Chad.
I would actually say I didn't get very many questions that were Pigeon Point specific, so this must be an incredibly community-minded room in terms of the whole city. No one asked me about a single pothole or cul-de-sac. And the thing that I would work on that I think would be most beneficial to the people of Pigeon Point is my Workers' Bill of Rights, and I think that's going to benefit people all over the city. And it's going to benefit people working here, that are working folks here in Pigeon Point.
Oh wait, this was Brianna Thomas.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I'm Brianna Thomas. Thank you.
I'm Philip Tavel, and I would actually say my big takeaway is I would be here. I would come to your community meetings, I would be in the neighborhood, I would be accessible, and I would be able to listen to you whenever you'd like and to be around and make sure that you know you are part of District 1. No matter how many people who live here, you have your view about your neighborhood, and I would take the time to listen.
Good, I'm Arturo Robles, happy to call me Art. One of the things that I take with me is one of the good questions that you guys had was, where are Hispanics? Huh? I'm here, but where's the rest of them? Okay. How can we include them into this thing? How we can make them participate? That was a very good question. I think that was a question about Asian citizens. How can we make them part of this thing? And I think what I was trying to say is that, you know, we really haven't been part of government. Find me a Hispanic in the city council, in the county commission, in the state legislature. We got a township in Yakima that is 40% Hispanic. They haven't even been able to elect a city council member. Okay? So we are invisible. We really haven't been brought on. Cities, counties, states have boards, commissions that they appoint. Many people to those boards and commissions. We don't have a Hispanic out there who's going to appoint us. You know, usually appoint who we know. So get me there. I will appoint some people. I will find a way, and I think I share that with some of you, how I would bring those communities in. And you know, you're going to start by bringing me in. Otherwise, we're in the same boat. Thank you.
My name is Carl Wersing, and I would say what I learned the most here, which I already kind of knew from driving through every week and seeing the little signs, is there are extraordinary ideas and extraordinary energy in this community. And the best thing you can do as a city council member is to rely on that expertise. You are the people, we are the people who live here. You know this community better than anybody else, and to not listen, to not pull you in, to not be here and to not include you in every discussion and to draw the best ideas from you would be the biggest mistake. I just think it'd be really exciting to harness the energy in this room.
I'm Jody Rushmer. I want to thank all of you for coming out to see all of us today. I think the community participation is what makes these events work, so thank you all. A lot of folks that I was fortunate enough to sit with today heard me talk about partnering with development in our district to get better building from building developers. So I think what I would bring to the Pigeon Point community to kind of piggyback on what Chaz was talking about earlier is not just make Del Ridge a nicer street, right? But I think maybe West Seattle in the Junction area I'm not sure they got it 100% right in terms of building and what they've developed up there. So I think that the Del Ridge corridor gives us a great opportunity to try to get it right. So a lot of folks that I've sat at various tables today have heard me talking about building coalitions with developers. Well, one of the carrots that we could hang off of the stick is, hey, while you're out here developing, there's some great property on Del Ridge. Let's see if we can't get some economic development going on down there in a way that actually benefits the community in a manner that the community appreciates. So I think bringing folks down here to build retail, to build housing, hopefully some of it affordable, I think that kind of thing could benefit not just Pigeon Point, but the entire Del Ridge community. And I think that would be a really powerful change to this area. Thank you all again. I appreciate it.
I'm Lisa Herbel. The thing I've heard from folks tonight is people are really concerned about the quality of life and the affordability of our city, and that we're losing sort of our sense of fairness and the values that make this a great place to live. Our workforce is being forced out of the city, and I think people universally agree it's unfair for workers who make the city run to have to live outside of the city. And so I don't think that we can actually address this issue on a project-by-project basis by negotiating with individual developers. I think we need better laws and better policies that serve as the framework for these projects, and that means passing strong developer impact fees that will fund transportation infrastructure so that congestion will be reduced and more bus service is provided. It also means passing the city council passing linkage fees so that developers have to build affordable housing in their developments. And if they don't build affordable housing in their developments, that they have to pay a fee that the city then uses to fund more affordable housing for the full spectrum of our workforce. Right now, most of our policies are focused at 80% median income, and that's actually a fairly high income for renters. We need to make sure that these policies are setting aside units for lower income workers. Thank you.
Okay.